good afternoon. With me here are some of the most amazing pharmacists in Port Harcourt, astonishing pharmacists. Pharmacists that know their onions and they even know their pepper and salt. And of course, we have them amazing people. And then, of course, we have a gentleman here. So let me start with this lady here, the lady in the middle. Tell us your name.
My name is Pharmacists Adaeze Aroh.
Pharmacists Adaeze Aroh, and
my name is Pharmacist Chidinma Okafor.
Amazing. I know you have no problems with the ladies coming up first.
No problem.
He's a gentleman.
Pharmacist Ifeanyi, Maui.
There's this name you call him.
Malawi.
The big man.
Yeah.
World Pharmacists Day 2021. Pharmacists always trusted for your health. One word about who a pharmacist is and why should we trust pharmacists?
Okay, one word about the pharmacists are, if you follow me on social media, you will know, you will, in fact, suspect what I'm about to say, right? A pharmacist is the health professional who helps you get the best out of medicines. Why should you trust your pharmacist? Your pharmacist is a scientist. Your scientists are one of the most trusted professionals in the world. Pharmacists make medicines that millions of people, did I say millions or billions of people use world over?
The whole world.
Yes, so the amount of accuracy that goes into making medicines, the amount of professionalism that goes into making and using medicines is a whole lot. And pharmacists are entrusted with this responsibility. So it is enough for people to trust us. We have the expertise, we have the experience, all right? We have the competence, and we consistently show up to make sure that people get the best out of their medicines. These three pillars are the pillars on which the trust should be based on: competence, expertise, experience, and consistency.
Amazing. Obviously, I have to trust a pharmacist. So over to you, pharmacist Chidinma, with a beautiful and radiant smile. What are the things pharmacists do for us, and what do they do for us?
Well, there are a lot of things pharmacists do. We pharmacists do. One, we cross-check to ensure that your prescriptions are right. We ensure that you don't have any drug-drug interaction. We ensure that you don't have drug-food interaction, even drug-disease interaction. So we make sure that you take your prescriptions or your medication according to how you're supposed to take them, according to the dosages, because a dose that I'm supposed to take will not be the same thing Famada will take, because as you can see, I'm a bit bigger than Famada, right?
You're right.
So definitely we dose according to weight, especially in children and in some chronic disease conditions. So that is why you should trust your pharmacist, and don't take a drug prescribed by your neighbor, because obviously your neighbor may not be a drug expert.
Let me ask you, just before I leave you, I'm so caught up with this beautiful smile. Do pharmacists make drugs, or
Of
they just
course.
sell drugs?
No, not at all. We manufacture drugs. In fact, it is our right. You know, when you see a pharmacist license, you see that you are licensed to dispense, to manufacture, to sell, to compound. That license is power. Yes, I'll say that. That license is power.
All right. Over to you, the big man, the gentleman in the mix. Blessed art thou among women.
Oh, exactly.
Absolutely. So, the pharmacists and controlled medicines. Are there some drugs that pharmacists should not sell in the pharmacy?
As you said earlier, the controlled drugs. There are medications pharmacists shouldn't sell without prescription. Yeah, not that it shouldn't go out from the pharmacy, but it should come with prescription. So, to enable this pharmacy to know the right medication to give to the clients. Yes.
Okay, so we talk about some medications like prescription medicines, antihypertensives, antidiabetics, malaria drugs. Are these all the same kind of drugs? Are pharmacists allowed to give them out?
Pharmacists are allowed to give these drugs out because these drugs are being given initially, and as time goes on, they get finished, and they have to come back to the pharmacy to get a refill. Whereas if the pharmacy is not actually available, then the patient stops taking this medication, because most of them stay far from the hospital. That's why we have pharmacy stocking up the antihypertensives, the antidiabetics, and other drugs too.
Let me come back to my genesis, where it all started today. How do you differentiate a pharmacist from a chemist or the roadside nurse? I'm told these guys are not really nurses, you know. Some of them are just maybe healthcare assistants or something.
Okay.
How do you differentiate
Okay,
a pharmacist from a Naija chemist?
I like that you put Niger chemist because each time this chemist thing comes up, I always make it a point of duty to clarify that we use the word chemist wrongly in Nigeria. The chemist is also a British word for pharmacist, and because they colonized us, that name stuck around. And pre-colonial, post-colonial times, people just kept, referring to any place they sell medicine as chemists. But here in Nigeria, we have two kinds of places that sell medicines. You have pharmacies and you have patent and proprietary medicine stores, right? That's what Nigerians call pharmacists, the PPMVs, okay? The PPM stores, patent and proprietary medicine stores, right? The difference, first and foremost, is that in a pharmacy, you must find a pharmacist in the pharmacy. That's the difference. In PPMVLs, pharmacists don't work there, right? In patent medicine stores, pharmacists don't work there. Now, another major difference is in the services that they render, right? Pharmacists stock every kind of medications within the pharmacy. The patent medicine stores only stock OTC medications, and medications that have been approved by ECN for them to, yes, for example, anti-malarials, they're allowed to have that even though they are not OTCs, okay? And then deworming medications, they're also allowed to have that even though they are not classified as OTCs originally. So the difference in services, so they just stock that, but when you go to the pharmacy, apart from all the medicines the pharmacy stocks, you have pharmacists providing pharmaceutical care, providing point of care tests, providing counseling, providing medication therapy management, providing medicines use review. A patent medicine vendor cannot do these things for you. So these are the major differences.
Thank you. I'd like to call you Teacher Famada. You just have your way with words, and you are obviously quoted in the colors of pharmacy. Final words to the public on the celebration of World Pharmacist Day.
On this day, when we are celebrating the World Pharmacist Day, I would always say trust your pharmacist. Yes, because when you walk into a pharmacy and you meet a pharmacist, always trust that this person is a drug expert and he or she is giving out the best medications to you. When you have a problem, confide in us. We don't tell your problems to other people, we keep it to ourselves. So, as always trust your pharmacist.
Oh, certainly. I know I can trust pharmacist Chidinma. Pharmacists, the final words.
Final words, always speak to a pharmacist before taking any medicine, even if it's paracetamol. The simplest medicine, people misuse them too. Always speak to a pharmacist before taking medicines. Those are my final words.
And the big man.
Yeah, confide in your pharmacist, please. Confide in them. It will actually save you from a lot of things.
Thank you, amazing people, fantastic pharmacists, and here's wishing you a wonderful, fabulous, and memorable World Pharmacist Day. We love pharmacists here, and at Pharma-Guide Nigeria, we love pharmacists. Have a wonderful time.